Tired of politicians feeding you half-truths about Ukraine? Let's clear the fog. The situation in Ukraine is complex and it's easy to get lost in the noise. But understanding the key players and events can help us see through the political spin. From the streets of Kiev to the halls of Washington, the narrative is often shaped by those with vested interests. So, let's break it down and see what's really going on. Alright folks, let's dive into the mess that is the Ukraine war. This conflict didn't just start overnight. It's been brewing for years. The roots of the war can be traced back to historical tensions, political maneuvering, and international interests. Ukraine, a country with a rich history and strategic location, has often found itself at the crossroads of East and West. The current war is a culmination of these long-standing issues. Trump's been calling Zelensky a dictator, saying he cancels elections and persecutes Christians. These comments have sparked a firestorm of reactions. Trump's statements are controversial to say the least, and they've added fuel to an already raging fire. Zelensky, who came to power with promises of reform and peace, now finds himself at the center of a geopolitical storm. The accusations against him are serious and have far-reaching implications. This got Washington's warmongers fuming because they want to keep painting Zelensky as a hero. The political establishment in the U.S. has a vested interest in maintaining a certain narrative about Ukraine. Zelensky is often portrayed as a brave leader standing up to Russian aggression. Any deviation from this narrative is met with fierce resistance. The stakes are high and the battle for public opinion is intense. Trump even claimed Zelensky started the war. This claim is highly contentious and has been widely criticized. The origins of the conflict are complex, and attributing it to a single individual oversimplifies the situation. However, Trump's comments have brought attention to the broader issues at play. The war in Ukraine is not just a local conflict, it's a flashpoint in a larger geopolitical struggle. And bam, Nikki Haley and Mike Pence jumped in, accusing Trump of echoing Russian propaganda. The political fallout was immediate. Haley and Pence, both prominent figures in the Republican Party, were quick to distance themselves from Trump's remarks. They accused him of undermining U.S. interests and playing into the hands of Russian propaganda. The debate over Ukraine has become a litmus test for loyalty within the party. Media had a field day, calling Trump a puppet of Putin. But wait, the media frenzy was predictable. Trump's comments provided ample fodder for headlines and talk shows. Accusations of being a puppet of Putin are not new for Trump, but they gained renewed vigor in the context of the Ukraine war. The media's portrayal of the situation often lacks nuance, focusing on sensationalism rather than substance. Remember the 2014 CIA-backed coup in Ukraine? This event was a turning point in Ukraine's modern history. The ousting of President Yanukovych and the subsequent political upheaval set the stage for the current conflict. The role of Western intelligence agencies in these events is a subject of much debate. Some see it as a necessary intervention, while others view it as meddling in Ukraine's sovereignty. Yeah, that's when Western intelligence stirred the pot, overthrowing the government. The Maidan protests were a complex mix of genuine public discontent and external influence. The aftermath saw a divided Ukraine, with parts of the country leaning towards the West and others towards Russia. The seeds of the current conflict were sown during this turbulent period. The narrative of a spontaneous uprising is only part of the story. Victoria Nuland's leaked call. Anyone? The infamous leaked call between Victoria Nuland and Jeffrey Pyatt revealed the extent of U.S. involvement in Ukraine's political affairs. The call, in which they discussed who should be in the new Ukrainian government, was a diplomatic embarrassment. It highlighted the behind-the-scenes maneuvering that often shapes international politics. The fallout from the leak was significant, but it didn't change the course of events. Then there was Crimea's referendum to join Russia, portrayed by the media as an invasion. The annexation of Crimea by Russia in 2014 was a major escalation in the conflict. The referendum, held under the presence of Russian troops, was widely condemned by the international community. However, the situation is more nuanced than often portrayed. Many in Crimea supported joining Russia, but the manner in which it was done raised serious legal and ethical questions. And let's not forget the Donbass conflict, with Ukrainian forces attacking the region. The war in Donbass has been one of the most brutal aspects of the Ukraine conflict. The region, with its significant Russian-speaking population, has been a battleground for years. Ukrainian forces and separatist groups have been locked in a deadly struggle, with civilians often caught in the crossfire. The humanitarian toll has been immense, and the conflict shows no signs of abating. Fast forward to 2019, Zelensky gets elected, promising peace. Zelensky's election was seen as a hopeful moment for Ukraine. A former comedian with no political experience, he promised to bring an end to the conflict and unite the country. His victory was a mandate for change, but the realities of a divided nation soon set in. The challenges he faced were immense, and his ability to deliver on his promises was put to the test. But neo-Nazis and more pressure made him flip. Zelensky's attempts at peace were met with resistance from both sides. Far-right groups, including neo-Nazis, exerted significant pressure on his government. The influence of these groups has been a contentious issue in Ukraine, complicating efforts to achieve a lasting peace. Zelensky's initial optimism gave way to a more hardline stance as the realities of the situation became apparent. By 2022, continued Donbass attacks led to Russia stepping in, fueling the conflict we see today. The situation escalated dramatically, with Russia's intervention bringing the conflict to a new level of intensity. The international community watched in alarm as the war threatened to spiral out of control. The humanitarian crisis deepened, and the prospects for peace seem more distant than ever. The conflict in Ukraine has become a focal point of global tensions. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Your engagement helps us bring more in-depth analysis and coverage of important issues. Stay informed and stay connected, and keep questioning the narratives. Now let's get back to the video. Let's delve deeper into the historical context of the Ukraine conflict. The roots of the conflict can be traced back to the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. Ukraine declared independence, but the transition was fraught with economic and political instability. The Orange Revolution in 2004 marked a significant turning point, as Ukrainians protested against electoral fraud and demanded democratic reforms. This movement showcased the country's struggle for a transparent and accountable government, a theme that continues to resonate today. Fast forward to 2014, the Euromaidan protests led to the ousting of President Yanukovych, further escalating tensions with Russia. The annexation of Crimea and the ongoing conflict in Donbass are direct consequences of these historical events. These developments have had a profound impact on Ukraine's political landscape and its relations with neighboring countries. Understanding this context is crucial to grasp the complexities of the current situation. The historical events that have shaped Ukraine's modern history provide valuable insights into the ongoing conflict and the challenges that lie ahead. Now, let's examine the international response to the Ukraine conflict. The United States and European Union have imposed multiple rounds of sanctions on Russia, targeting its economy and key individuals. NATO has increased its presence in Eastern Europe, conducting military exercises and providing support to Ukraine. On the other hand, Russia has sought to strengthen its alliances with countries like China and Iran, countering Western influence. The geopolitical chess game continues, with both sides vying for strategic advantage. The media plays a significant role in shaping public perception, often presenting a one-sided narrative. It's essential to critically analyze the information we receive and seek out diverse perspectives. In conclusion, the Ukraine conflict is a multifaceted issue with deep historical roots and significant geopolitical implications. The narratives presented by different stakeholders often serve their own interests, making it challenging to discern the truth. As informed citizens, we must strive to understand the complexities and question the dominant narratives. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more in-depth analyses on global issues.